The purpose of this video is to help you decide whether to go for a gas-shielded welder or a non-gas shielded, so one that requires the use of self-shielding MIG welding wire. So I'm going to lay down a couple of beads and you're going to see what the difference is. Not just in the quality of the bead itself, and I will show you that, but also just in the experience. And especially how the non-gas shielded welder develops more smoke and things like that. But on the other hand, it's also simpler to use and adjust. So I'll start with a non-gas shielded weld and you can decide for yourself what you think of it. So you could see that there was some smoke being given off, not a whole lot, but that was the shielding gas in action. This is a pretty good weld, a fairly decent weld in with the self-shielding wire. You can see the residue from the smoke around it, and a little bit rougher, not quite as nice looking as the one you're going to see, but with the gas shielded, but still quite serviceable. And that's basically what life with a non-gas shielded welder looks like. Now we'll go gas shielded. So I'll just switch on the welder here and turn on the gas. So, a lot less smoke, almost none at all, and a neater looking bead. Has a little bit of charring around the outside just from the heat, but still kind of a nicer looking weld. In this case it's a little bit higher than this one. That just has to do with the difference in the power setting of the welder. But there you have it, a good example of non-gas shielded and gas shielded in action. Now there are two things I want to leave you with in this video. Regardless of the kind of welder you use, this is what you're going after. This is a weld bead that I put on some steel, and then I cut it and sanded it so you can see that there's no difference between the weld bead and the parent material. It is fused. It's basically one. This is what they mean when they talk about good penetration of the bead. There's no joint line there. It's just a solid, continuous piece of steel. So that's what you want. And just one final thing too, as I mentioned, the Kicking Horse is a great little welder. It's one of the best small ones that take 120 volts, no gas shielding. That welder happened to come with this welding wire, which is for gasless use. It says right on it. In practice though, you know, the name brand wire is often better quality, and in this case that's true. The weld bead that I just laid down there, I was using some Lincoln Electric self-shielding wire. So compared with the kind of bead that the Kicking Horse wire lays down, the Lincoln stuff is much better. So remember that wire quality can have an effect in your welding results as well. I'm not saying that all kind of non-common brand names are not going to work well for you, but you just need to keep it in mind. And if in doubt, go for the brand name ones. Lincoln is one. You certainly won't go wrong with that and with their welding wire, even if you're using some other kind of equipment.